Hey everyone, it's the one and only magnificent bird Buckbeak speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it with another character review. Although I'm actually going to be doing two character reviews in this video, as I'm going to be going over the brand new Gold Mythic Baby Brutus and Scotsman, and also I'm going to be going over Gold Mythic Shiva and Ezekiel, and I'm also going to be going over all of the items in the Gray Market event, in the event The Walking Dead, or Walking Dads. So yeah, before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. And please, if you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Feel free to leave a comment down below and share this video. If you do any of those four things, it will be much appreciated by me. I'm doing alright, and I'm staying safe for the most part, so yeah, let's go ahead and go to the Gray Market. I believe it's called, The Walking Dead. I almost wanted to call it The Walking Dead. So let's go ahead and we're going to go through all of the items, like I said, but we're going to start with the character reviews. We're going to start with Baby Brutus and Scotsman. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? Baby Brutus and Scotsman, Outlanders. His trait is fast. His role is support. And their allegiance is a member of the Outlanders, obviously. Let's take a look at their attack stat. The attack stat is set at 37,390. The defense is set at 23,369. And the HP is 32,717. Let's take a look at the adrenaline rush. Brute Might. The recharge rate is 55 AP, so that's a little bit faster than most gold mythics. This fighter gets 100% attack, which increases by 25% each turn for the rest of combat. Deal 750% damage to a line of enemies, plus 500% if the primary target has less than 60% of their max HP. So, obviously, we know who's going to be the more, from this event, I should say, we know who's going to be the more mid-tune, and we know who's going to be the better tune, which, the better tune, when we get to them, we'll talk about them. But, anyway, it's pretty straightforward. Baby Brutus and Scotsman, they will get 100% attack, which will increase by 25% each turn for the rest of combat. Now, however, that does sound like it's pretty good, but however, on this tune, I don't know. I'm not, Baby Brutus, let's get it out of the way. Baby Brutus is absolutely adorable, but that doesn't mean the tune is good. But anyway, plus they're going to be dealing 750% damage to a line of enemies, plus a possible 500% damage if the target has less than 60% of their max HP, which in certain situations, that would be a good amount of damage. although the question is, I mean, I wonder, nobody really knows this question yet, but I wonder how hard Baby Brutus and Scotsman are really going to hit. I don't know. Cesar Martinez, the last free-to-play event tune, he's not that good. So, I mean, I would not expect any different from this free-to-play tune, honestly. I really wouldn't. So, I mean, on any other tune, that 750% damage plus a potential another 500% damage, usually that's pretty good, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe there's other stuff in his kit that that maybe will justify it. I'm not sure. I'm kind of iffy. We'll see, but let's go ahead and take a look at the signature move, Bear Dad. The initial cooldown is turn 1. Number of cooldowns would be 2 turns for the cooldown. Number of uses unlimited. Taunt an enemy for the rest of combat. If that enemy already has the taunt status effect, taunt that line of enemies for 3 turns instead. This fighter gets 50% defense, which increases by 25% each turn for the rest of combat. Okay, so right now I see some good with this signature move, and I see some like kind of questionable, like, okay, taunting an enemy for the rest of combat, that's really good. But, however, if that target that you were planning on taunting is already targeted, here's kind of where, like, I don't know, I kind of see it as a negative, because if the target that you were planning on taunting is already taunted, you're going to taunt that line of enemies for 3 turns instead. I mean, 3 turns is definitely a lot, but I don't know. I think I would rather taunt an enemy for the rest of combat, if I'm being honest. I mean, because, you know, they can't really do anything about that except if they get killed, right? I don't know. I mean, there's kind of the good and bad. And then, I'm not sure where this part of the tune is coming in at. This fighter will get 50% defense, which increases by 25% each turn for the rest of combat. Okay, the attack, okay, I get that, because he's supposed to be sort of a damage dealer, right? But, like, his lowest stat is defense, but I don't know, maybe there's something in his mythic abilities, maybe his weapon, I have no idea, but, I mean, I don't know, so far I'm mixed on the tune, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of mixed on the tune, but let's not delay any longer. Let's take a look at his mythic abilities. Cunning. When attacking or being attacked, 30% less likely to trigger enemy weapon effects and walker effects. Now, for any support role tune, you should definitely be leveling this up, and for one reason, you should be doing that with all of your support tunes, and there is a submission to collect the sheriff hats. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the sheriff hats that we have to collect from leveling up all of his mythic abilities, so you might as well go ahead and do that during the current month-long event, if you can, of course. Real Berserker. The Berserker 2 specialist skill gives this fighter 20% more attack per activation than normal. The potential for that could be pretty good, because we'll go over Berserker 2 But see, here's the thing. I don't know if it's the fact that the Berserker 2 specialist skill on Baby Brutus and Scotsman will give them 20% more attack per activation than it normally would. That sounds pretty good, but the question is this the right tune that they should have given it to? There's a lot of there's more questions than answers right now when it comes to Baby Brutus and Scotsman. I'm not just like Cesar Martinez. I'm not looking forward for going for this tune, but I know within the next 3 to 4 weeks he's going to be a roadmap requirement, so you might as well go for him. That would be the only reason that you would want to go for this tune, because so far right now there's nothing special that is screaming out at me like, yes, I have something that is really distinct and unique, and if you don't get me, who knows? You're going to be missing out. I'm not feeling this with this tune, and I didn't feel that with Cesar Martinez either. Let me give you some advice, and we'll get back to it. Do not take Cesar Martinez on SR tournaments. He is an absolute cancer to SR tournaments. Now, because he can kill him, he takes himself out, and it messes up the 3-star rating. But anyway, let's get back to this. I haven't seen anything with Berserker in a while. I can't even remember the last tune it had that. Maybe Connor, Gold Mythic Connor from the Saviors, the green one, maybe, but I mean, shoo. That's at least a couple years ago. That's crazy. But if Berserker works well with this character, then yeah, sure, level it up. But I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Blunted attention. When being attacked by an enemy with the taunt status effect, reduce damage taken by 80%. Okay, so here's potential. Because if there's an enemy that is taunted, and more likely they will attack a certain tune, Scotsman, Baby Brutus, they're going to reduce the damage taken by 80%, but here's the problem. Baby Brutus and Scotsman is not a defensive tune. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to make them a defensive tune, I guess you could, but I'm not feeling it. I'm really not. Odd. I mean, it's good to reduce the damage taken by a big margin, but again, did they put this on the right tune? I don't believe they did. If you want my opinion, I don't think they did. But go ahead, I would level it up anyway. It's for the submission, if you can, of course. Signature trick. When performing this fighter's signature move, this fighter gets 1 burn damage for 3 turns, and 1 random enemy gets minus 50% defense for 2 turns. Okay, I quite like the minus 50% defense. That means it'll be a little bit easier taking out a certain target. Although, the 1 burn, again, I don't know if that has something to do with Berserker, because it might, but I'm not really sure, but we'll find out momentarily. But the 1 burn, I don't get yet, unless it's got something to do with the specialist skill, Berserker 2. But it's kind of odd. You want these tunes doing damage to themselves? I mean, I know it's only 1, but I don't know. You should go ahead and level up all of these mythic abilities, because it's a part of the submissions to get these sheriff hats. So let's go ahead and take a look at this specialist skill. Berserker 2. Whenever this fighter takes damage, they gain 40% attack until the end of their next turn, in addition to any existing attack increases, including prior activations of this skill. Okay, so, alright, the one burn makes sense now. The one burn to damage self, alright. Now it makes sense. In that aspect, okay, alright. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Again, Berserker, is this the right tune to have Berserker? I don't know, I'm not feeling it. He might be a little bit better than Martinez, but I don't know if that's not really saying much. That's not really saying much at all. That's not really saying much at all. On a really crazy attack tune, this would be really good, but I mean I guess he's okay, but I don't know. I'm having like very serious doubts. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weapon. Baby Brutus and Scotsman's Chain. 45% attack, 40% HP, improved random healing. When being attacked, a 60% chance to heal one other teammate for 35% of their max HP. Damage boost versus taunt. When this fighter attacks or performs their adrenaline rush, 50% extra damage against taunted enemies. Okay, so excuse me. But anyway, this is kind of a so-so weapon, but it can be potentially interesting. The 45% attack is, I guess that'll be pretty good. 40% HP, okay. I mean, if you wanted to swap that out for defense or AP when attacking, that's a possibility. Improved random healing. So, when he's being hit, a 60% chance to heal one other team member for 35% of their max HP. So, this is like kind of they could have put something better here. I believe what they did when they made this character, all the Scopely employees put blindfolds on as they were making, okay, crew, employees, there's, we're obviously coming up with ideas to make Baby Brutus and Scotsman, so just put your blindfolds on, and we're going to give you a dart, and we're going to place you in front of a wall with different random pictures, and wherever your dart, whatever picture your dart lands on, we're gonna put all of them pictures together and just hastily throw the tune together random as hell. And I kind of believe they did that here again. Winter Windy was actually their last decent free-to-play tune. Cesar Martinez, he sucks. Baby Brutus and Scotsman, he's another one that potentially might suck ass. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Now, the fourth slot is kind of interesting. This is potentially pretty good. Potentially. Whenever this fighter attacks or performs their adrenaline rush, 50% extra damage against taunted enemies. So, that right there, that will potentially make his adrenaline rush do a little bit better damage than it normally would, which is a good thing. Although that third slot, normally I would say leave the third slot alone. I don't know, I might go for something if I was y'all on that third slot. If you're planning on using him, there's gotta be something better to go in that third slot. Who knows? I don't know. It's totally up to y'all, but I'm not really looking forward to going for this tune, but I'm going to. because of the roadmap requirements. That would be the only legit reason to go for this tune. He doesn't seem like he's anything special. Although, just because Baby Brutus is there being adorable doesn't give this tune brownie points. It really don't. But I do like the animation of how both of them are swinging. Scotsman swinging down the chain to get, Scotsman swinging the chain down and Baby Brutus with his paw at the same time. That is kind of cool, but I think this tune overall is mid AF, honestly. I mean, nothing too special, I don't think. Don't have high expectations for this tune. Not really. I'm not. The last one was disappointing. I'm sure this one will be disappointing just as much. So, I like the look overall, but the adrenaline rush, and I mean, there's potential there, but I believe they put wrong stuff, good things on the wrong tune. So, I don't know. We'll see, but let's get to the second character review of Shiva and Ezekiel. Now, obviously, he's going to be the better, way better of the two. And this tune is potentially going to make more people quit the game. Good job, Scopely. Although you hastily put Baby Brutus and Scotsman together very hastily at the last minute, they thought about this tune very well, as you'll see as we get to talking about it. Okay. Their trait is alert, their role is a tank, and their allegiance is a member of Day 1. Shiva and Ezekiel, Day 1. Let's take a look at the stats. The attack stat is 16,746. Their defense stat is 33,493. And their HP is 42,796. Let's take a look at the adrenaline rush. Animal Wrangler. The recharge rate is 55 AP, so a little bit faster than most gold mythics. Taunt a line of enemies for 2 turns. Those enemies get crosshairs for not 3 or 4, but 5 turns. 5 turns. This fighter heals 50% of their max HP for the rest of combat and gets 100% bonus HP. Oh, we're just at the beginning. You think this gets bad? Oh no, it gets worse. It gets worse. This tune is potentially going to make people quit the game. I am seriously pissed off, and we haven't even got to the part that pisses me off. We will get to it. But I did say we were going to do 2 character reviews, and I'm on it. Taunt a line of enemies for 2 turns. Pretty solid. Plus, those enemies get crosshairs. That's not a typo. Not 3 or 2, but 5 turns. Are you Are you kidding me? Like, wow. Imagine if those 2 tunes get taken down in those 5 turns. They won't be coming back. That's absolutely nuts. This ain't even the worst part. We will get to that worst part. Trust me. But, plus he's going to be healing 50% of their max HP for the rest of combat. So, essentially, if Shiva and Ezekiel get their adrenaline rush off, it's over. You can forget about it. You absolutely can. And we haven't even got to the worst part. But pretty good if you decide to go for this tune, and I can see a lot of people deciding to go for this tune. to help improve their defense. So, very good off the start. We ain't even got to the best part yet. So, yeah. Animal Wrangler, very good. Taunton, Crosshairs. Plus, he's pretty much healing himself for the pretty much all of combat. And if that adrenaline rush goes off, you might as well just flee. You might as well hit the flee button. You might as well just not even try fighting it. Honestly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the signature move. Bloody Keeper. The initial cooldown is turn 1. 1 turn for the cooldown. Number of uses unlimited. A line of enemies gets attack up block for 6 turns and taunt for 1 turn. Enemies with less current HP than this fighter's max HP get 10,000 bleed damage for 5 turns. That is 50,000. Let me keep reading. We're going to talk about it. Otherwise, they take 20% of this fighter's max HP as maim damage. Okay. The first part don't seem that bad. Okay. Attack up block for 6 turns. That's still a lot of turns. But no big deal. Somebody gets taunted for a turn. Oh no. Oh, well, this ain't even the worst part, but this is pretty bad. So, enemies with less current HP than Shiva and Ezekiel, which is going to be most attack tunes, they're going to get 10,000 bleed damage for 5 turns. Most attack tunes are not going to last 5 turns. That bleed is going to get them in 2 turns, more than likely. That's 50,000 bleed. Or they're going to get maim damage. Now, how much maim damage it says? No, it doesn't really say, but I would imagine it's probably going to be a lot of maim damage. But trust me, we haven't got to the worst part. The worst / best part of this tune. Oh no. Oh no, not yet. But Scopely, they well thought out this tune. Absolutely. You know they did. No way they hastily put this tune together the last minute. Oh no. So overall, the Adrenaline Rush signature move, very good. So let's go ahead and get to the mythic abilities. Strength, 40% critical hit resistance. As you should with all of your tanks, you should be leveling up strength all the way. Absolutely. Here's the fun / part that, one of the parts. Special life, 100% normalized resistance. Oh wait, that's not the worst part. We're about to get to the worst part. Come on. No need to really speak a whole lot on that. 100% normalized resistance. Scopely, do you want your game to die? You're well on your way. You are well on your way. You are. I don't know how that... I mean, you better thank God for the whales that you have now, because without them, there's no way this game would still be going. Like I said, this is another tune that's going to make people, well, do I really want to play this game anymore? A lot of them might say no, that it ain't worth it no more. I mean, I am seriously, I'm mad. I want to spit fire, because that pretty much makes my Eva and Ghost worthless. It don't sound like I'm pissed off, but I'm not trying to get to screaming and hollering. It just, it pisses me off. Like, why do they have to do this shit? Like, I mean, damn it. Fuck. Like, but, I mean, I got, they want to make people quit, all I can say is we just have to let them learn the hard lesson. But for those that are thinking about quitting because of this tune, I can't blame you one bit. Would I ever try to get anybody to come back into the game now? No, I wouldn't. If you got out, stay out. And I'm saying that to help you out. I'm saying that not to be mean or nothing, but I'm actually trying to be I'm trying to be a friend, and I'm actually trying to help you out. If you got out, stay out. Don't come back. Don't do it. Scopely's gotten worse, and they're going to continue to get worse. But yeah, Special Life, if you're planning on getting this tune, that's going to 100% be worth leveling up for sure. Not much to say about Special Life. Predator Aspects. At the start of each wave and turn, 100% chance all other teammates get camouflage for 2 turns, and if there are at least 2 living control role enemies, all teammates get Guardian Shield. Wow, talk about a total dick move. Oh, we haven't even got to the worst part. The worst part is coming up. Camouflage can be pretty good. And Guardian Shield is obviously very good. I mean, like it says, at the start of each wave and turn, it's gonna happen. All other teammates are gonna get camouflage, plus if there are control role enemies, at least 2 of them. Even if there's only 1 of them, I guess that's how it would work. As long as there's at least 1. It says at least 2, so if you have only 1, I don't know if it'll count. I don't know if it'll cancel out the Guardian Shields or not. I'm not really sure, but who knows? Trust me, we're getting to the worst part. So, Predator Aspects would be a good one to level up for sure. I think it would be worth it. Just regarding how ridiculous this tune is. Oh boy, the one I want to bitch about so bad, right here. Let me just get through it. Anti-reflective. At the start of each wave and turn, 100% chance to remove counter damage reduction from 2 enemies. Like, the normalized resistance was already bad enough, but you are essentially making Prison Maggie and Philip Blake Leeds useless at that point. You are making those tunes absolute worthless, like dog crap at that point by doing that. And I had said it before we got into it, this is the number 1 mythic ability that just, it's got my blood running red. It's got my blood boiling. You mean to tell me that, great, so we have to put up with vengeance and payback. At least with this tune, no way to counter it? Like, you really want to kill your game, Scopely, don't you? And this is the damn reason why. You don't give a damn. All you care about is making those mad stacks of cash from your top whales. That's all you care about. What's that, like 5? Maybe 10% of your player base. The other 90% of your player base gets bent over the table and gets absolutely wrecked because of this. And you're gonna be wonder why people were continuing to bitch about your game. You wonder why, Scopely. Well, Shiva and Ezekiel is another reason that people are going to continue to complain about this game until they outright quit. So obviously, if you're planning on leveling, getting this toon anti-reflective, I mean, it's pretty obvious you should level it up. Like, I don't have much else to say. Let's move on from this bullshit. Okay. Specialist skill, obviously Vengeance. I'm not really gonna... We already know what all of that does. So, pretty much with Ezekiel and Shiva's certain mythic abilities, they're pretty much bringing back Payback and Vengeance is, once again, pretty relevant. While fucking over Normalize and reduction counter damage in the process. Great job, Scopely. Let's take a look at the weapon, and then then we can get to the rest of it. Shiva and Ezekiel's Guarding Claws. 45% HP, 40% defense, improved focus stun. When being attacked, a 60% chance to stun the enemy and gain focus for 2 turns. Signature reduction. Reduce all signature move damage taken by 75%. I would complain about the weapon, but honestly, the weapon is, well, except for improved focus stun, which we already know how good that is. And the fact that he's got 45% HP, 40% defense. I mean, you can honestly go 40... You could go like 45 defense. You could go 45 defense, 55 HP. Or you could like try to go like 50% defense, 45 HP, but honestly, I probably would go up on that HP a little bit more and maybe depend on defensive mods, or maybe you have better HP mods. I mean, it's totally up to you. But trust me, the worst / best parts of his kit are not even in his weapon. It's within his mythic abilities and active skill or signature move, and then Adrenaline Rush. So his weapon is pretty good overall. But I love the look. I love the Zookeeper look, besides my bitching about this toon, and then the obvious drop-off of players that's going to happen because of this toon. You think players... There's no way that 100% of the players that are currently playing right now are going to stay. Once they find out about this toon, they'll be like, I'm good, I'm out, and I can't blame them. I mean, I really can't. And if you're already out, don't come back. Stay out. I'm trying to help you out by saying that. But overall, I do like the Zookeeper look of Ezekiel. And, ooh, if I could, I would reach my hand. If I could reach my hand into the screen of my phone, I would reach my hand into the phone screen and just bitch slap Ezekiel until he passes out, man. I would. But if I could, but alright. Overall, I can see why a lot of people would go for this toon. So let's go ahead and get to the rest of everything else that's in the Walking Dead Gray Market. Next up, we have Magna's Machete. 40% HP, 40% defense, defense up versus debilitating, 50% defense when attacked by an enemy with a debilitating status effect, improved crit damage reduction, reduce critical hit damage taken by 75%. So, I mean, it's not like a terrible weapon, but the question is, it's kind of odd that, I mean, see, that's kind of where they missed the potential of making Shiva and Ezekiel fast, because, well, no, his base weapon is actually better than this weapon. I'm not sure what you would do with this weapon or who you would put it on. I guess you could put it on, I mean, I can't really think right now, but I'm sure there is a weapon there is a tune that you can think of to put this, to have for this weapon, right? So I'm pretty sure there will be a defensive yellow tune that this weapon would work for, but any of them I cannot think of right now. But if you want to get the weapon, it's going to be worth 2,000 sheriff badges. And then Baby Brutus and Scotsman is going to be worth 400 sheriff badges. Shiva and Ezekiel is going to be worth 1,700 sheriff badges. Next up, we have another avatar for you avatar lovers. The Protector Avatar, Father's Day 2024. So it's obviously an avatar of Rick, Carl, and, oh, okay, yeah, Lori, yep, okay, obviously Carl's real mother. I mean, not the best mother, but that is his birth mom, so, and if you want that avatar, it can be yours for 400 sheriff badges. Now, we got a list of Paragon mods up. Let's see the first one. Attack versus Tough Paragon mod on the attack set. Pretty good. It would be worth the pickup. And you can get it for 500 sheriff badges. Next up, Confuse Resist Paragon mod. This is actually going to be a pretty good one, and I would think it's going to be I would highly recommend picking one up if you don't have one. But if you just want to get another one, or if you have multiples and you just want to add to your collection, why not? And you can have it for 500 sheriff badges. The next one is Bleed on Attack Paragon mod. Again, honestly, this is going to be a really good one. Especially for how I run my attack team, this actually might be worth picking up for me personally. I don't think it's a bad one at all. Especially since it's a Paragon mod. I think it'd be worth the pickup if you don't have one. And again, it's going to be 500 sheriff badges in. We have our last Paragon mod, which is going to be Attack Paragon mod on the attack set. No question, you should pick it up 100%. Which one do I think is the best one? See, it's going to be between the Bleed on Attack and the attack set. And then this one might go to last place, but it isn't a bad one. No, it's not bad. It's just, I think the other three are just a little bit better. Okay, next up, we have some more TWD gold medals. And you can get 25,000 of them. Honestly, they probably are worth a pickup if you can get your hands on them, as they don't give out enough of them right now. They either need to give out more or they need to lower the prices, but they're not going to budge. They're not going to do either, so you might as well take your take your licks and pick these up when you can. Next up, we have the Gear Metal Bag, and this is going to be for the Gear Gold Medal. This honestly isn't a bad pickup, as it is pretty hard to come by this gear, or this the gear medals, right? This is the hardest gear medals to come by still to this day, which is really ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, they should make it a little bit more available, but they don't. They're hard-hitted. They're worried about their Scrooge McDuck, where they're at. Oh yeah. But anyway, next up, you can get those gear metal bags for 150 of the sheriff badges. Now, next up, we have blowtorches. They are obviously needed for the armory. That way, when you're crafting a weapon, you can use a blowtorch to skip the timer altogether, which is a really good thing. So, you can get 5 of them for 250 sheriff badges each. Now, for the choice boxes, this is going to be for the ranged weapon parts. If you're low on ranged weapon parts, I would go ahead and pick this up for sure, as it will be needed. Then we have the melee weapon parts. See, I'm a little bit lower on the melee weapon parts, so this would personally be a pickup for me, but there's nothing wrong with picking up what you need, right? And both of them are 20 sheriff badges each. And finally, we have weapon parts. That would be the spray paint, the polishing kit, super glue, and duct tape, which again, those are items heavily needed for the armory, and you can get 10 of them for 20 sheriff badges. Now, who do I think is the number one, or what is the number one priority in this gray market? Well, I would say Shiva. Okay, so if you aren't planning on picking up Shiva and Ezekiel, then obviously Baby Brutus and Scotsman should be the number one priority, because within 3 to 4 weeks time from now, Baby Brutus and Scotsman is going to be a roadmap requirement. So by then you should have at least 3-4 copies in that meantime, if you're doing everything without giving those greedy SOBs any of your money, like they need any more. There's a difference between keeping the lights on and being greedy. Scopely is being greedy. It's true. Like, just look at the ridiculous ass prices on some of this stuff. But, however, if you are planning on picking up Shiva and Ezekiel, you can save yourself some pulls on, I assume, is going to be the Ultra Mythic token wheel. The purple ones. I'm so mad I can't even think of the correct name. But he'll probably be in there. So if you are planning on pulling for Shiva and Ezekiel, it won't be a crazy idea to save up enough sheriff badges in order to pick up the one copy. Now this weapon, I don't know. I'm just not... Maybe y'all can give me some ideas on who this weapon could go on. But right now I can't really think of anybody. But it's not like a bad weapon at all. For you Avatar lovers, are you going to pick up the Avatar, or are you just going to leave it? I mean, Avatars do absolutely nothing. They are there for cosmetic purpose only, which is, that's something they can take out of the game, and it won't make a big difference. I mean, something useful can actually go in place of that. I don't know, what about advanced mythic tokens or ultra mythic tokens? Maybe a crate with one of the two. I mean, what a crazy idea, right? But no, they gotta have them avatars. But I'm probably going to skip the avatar because there are actual useful items that I can pick up from here that are needed for sure. So, before we go, I actually do want to go over one thing. I thought I would talk about this briefly. I haven't talked about the Battle Pass, but you know what? The Battle Pass is actually worth kind of talking about for a moment. As you can see right here, where did it go? Right here, this crate. They have added the new Stellar gear in gear boxes. Now, I wonder why they're doing that. Do they realize they've made those roadmaps pretty much impossible? Have they realized their mistake? Are they planning on making those roadmaps slightly easier? Damn, hell no, they won't. But they know nobody's going to be able to complete those roadmaps. So, yeah, they're trying to they're somehow thinking they're getting back into the players' good graces. But man, they got a long way before that happens. But I don't think that'll ever happen. So, and that's not the only addition. So they have those new Stellar gear boxes in there. And let's see, where is it at? Right here. For the first time in a while, there is a fighter's choice box of previous Battle Pass tunes. So you have Dayu, Angel, Duck, the Scotsman, Marge, the Gentleman, Nick, Sheldon, Noor, and Tyrese 2000. Back when the Battle Pass was fully worth buying. Now, I have most of these tunes. The only one I know for sure that I don't have is Marge. So if I was to pick anyone from this box, it would definitely be Marge. And yes, here's Nick. You might think most of these tunes are very outdated, and that statement is definitely somewhat true. But for those that might not have Protector Mercer, if you don't have Protector Mercer and you need somebody to deal maim damage, ding, 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 Nick is going to be a great option to pick up. So if you somehow don't have Nick yet and you're really struggling on those bonus challenge roadmaps, Nick, you can get 3 of him. I don't know if that'll be enough for those roadmaps, but I would maybe think about picking him up, because the only ones, I have most of them. The only one I know for sure I don't have is Marge. I might not have Tyrese either, but I definitely don't recall having ever getting Marge, so that's going to be an easy pickup for me, just because I have all the rest of them. So, and then let's real quick take a look at the weapon. Why not? Okay. Earl's Revival Forged Shamar. I hope I know it's like a fancy, like, Egypt knife, or sword, I should say, but anyway. 45% HP, 40 defense, defensive reviving, superior attack damage reduction. Honestly, this, I don't know, the weapon alone makes this, for me, I don't know if I might skip this Battle Pass. I skipped the last one, but if it would have been like, I don't know, but I'm not sure. The Battle Pass, I wonder how much, before I let you guys go, let's see. Where is it at? Battle Pass. How much? I wouldn't be surprised if the Battle Pass. Oh wow! The prices don't even want to show up. That's how ashamed they are. Oh, I wouldn't be shocked if the Battle Pass key is $14.99. All because of those outdated fighters in the choice box. I don't know that for sure, but anyway, it's time to go ahead and wrap this up. What are your thoughts on Gold Mythic, Baby Brutus, and Scotsman? And what are your thoughts on Gold Mythic, Shiva, and Ezekiel? And what are your thoughts on all of the items in the Walking Dead Gray Market event? What are you planning on getting, and what are you planning on skipping? You can feel free to let me know down in the comments. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Buckbeak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.